New York, the city of dreams. And at the heart of this city's rise, one name reigns supreme, a family whose influence would stretch beyond industries, beyond borders, shaping not just America, but the modern world itself. This is the Rockefeller dynasty. But how did it all begin? How did one man turn ambition into a legacy that would define wealth itself? The story starts not with money or privilege, but with something far more elusive: vision. The man behind the name didn't come from wealth, but he was about to change how wealth itself would be understood. By the early 1870s, a single industry was on the verge of exploding: the oil industry. But this wasn't just about energy. It was about control, of power, of markets, and of the future. John D. Rockefeller understood something that others didn't. While many were scrambling to drill oil, hoping for quick profits, Rockefeller saw a different opportunity, an opportunity to take control of the entire process, from the ground to the marketplace. But how did he achieve this? And what would it mean for the world? It was a bold move, but the results were undeniable. By the age of 31, he had formed Standard Oil, a company that would quickly dominate the oil industry, controlling nearly 90% of America's oil refining capacity. His genius wasn't in just drilling for oil. It was in creating the systems, the infrastructure, and the financial networks that ensured his company would have no rival. But this wasn't just a story of business. It was a story of finance. Rockefeller wasn't just building an oil empire. He was revolutionizing the way businesses were financed. By cutting costs, negotiating secret deals with railroads, and squeezing out competition through consolidation, Rockefeller created a corporate structure that others would later emulate: the modern trust. Standard Oil's financial influence reached far beyond oil. It became one of the most powerful financial entities of the time, with its tentacles spreading into banking, railroads, and even politics. This concentration of wealth was unlike anything America had seen before. But what was the cost? For Rockefeller, success wasn't without controversy. Standard Oil's dominance sparked a fierce backlash. Accusations of monopoly and ruthless business practices followed. In 1911, the U.S. government took action, breaking up Standard Oil into 34 smaller companies. But here's the twist: the breakup didn't diminish Rockefeller's fortune. In fact, it did the opposite. Each of those 34 companies, including giants like Exxon and Chevron, became immensely valuable in their own right. Rockefeller held stock in all of them, and with their success, his fortune doubled, then tripled. By the time of his retirement, John D. Rockefeller was America's first billionaire, a title almost unfathomable at the time. Adjusted for inflation, his wealth today would make him the richest man in modern history. But here's the question: what does a man do with such unprecedented wealth? For Rockefeller, the answer was philanthropy. And yet, this too had a financial strategy behind it. His philanthropic endeavors were not random acts of charity. They were carefully planned, institutionalized, and managed like businesses. He founded the University of Chicago, Rockefeller University, and transformed American medical research with the Rockefeller Foundation. These institutions still stand today, shaping education, public health, and scientific research worldwide. Even Rockefeller Center, the sprawling complex in the heart of Manhattan, was more than just a real estate venture. Built during the Great Depression, when others saw economic collapse, the Rockefellers saw an opportunity for long-term influence. Today, Rockefeller Center is a symbol of stability, a testament to how the family used finance not just to build wealth, but to shape the very landscape of America. So, what is the legacy of the Rockefeller dynasty? It's a story of vision, financial genius, and unrivaled influence. From the oil fields to the banks, from philanthropy to politics, the Rockefellers shaped how power is wielded in the modern world. And while their empire may have started in the oil wells of Ohio, its ripples are still felt across every corner of the globe today. The Rockefellers weren't just oil tycoons. They were architects of a new kind of power, one that transcended business, transcended wealth, and shaped the very fabric of the 20th century. If you enjoyed this look into the rise of the Rockefellers, subscribe for more stories of the world's most powerful dynasties and the legacies they left behind.